Here now for more insight into who could be behind this heinous crime. Retired ICE and HSI agent Victor Avila, back on the program. Vic knows all too well about how nasty these cartel guys will play. They killed his partner, they shot him, he knows all about it. Victor, with your contacts, any inside baseball here? Was this the cartel? Was this a foreign terrorist? Who the hell plants an IED in the middle of a field for a guy driving his Ford pickup to drive over and blow up and die?
Cartel, aka terrorist, and that's what they are now. Dan, let's just call them that, because that's what they are. Man, I've been waiting for this day, for this designation to come through. It finally does. It does it officially, even through the State Department, which is in the books. And this is how we have to start dealing with them. They've been sending me pictures from Mexico on some of these seizures that they've done, and I'll explain why, of bombs, weapons, grenades, and all these things that Mexico is seizing right now. Because remember, President Trump gave them 30 days.
Yep.
And you know what they're doing? They're writing down the list, like Elon Musk asked, what did you do the last week? Well, now they have to answer to President Trump, what did you do the last 30 days? Because all I'm seeing is death of Americans. By the way, 2 died in that IED explosion, and there's a 3rd person in the hospital. This is what you said, Dan, is very irritating. This is what you see in the Middle East, in Iraq, in Afghanistan, not on the other side of Texas. And this is what we've been dealing with for a long time, Dan. And this is what I need people to understand, that not only do we have this problem in Mexico, they're here inside the United States. Right. And that's going to be the biggest challenge, because now they're terrorists. And we deal very differently with terrorists than we do with any other group.
Yeah, I want to see how we're going to deal with it. I know that the president down there, she's fairly new anyway, Sheinbaum, has tried to act tough and push back on Trump over tariffs and other stuff, but she also caved and gave us troops and put troops on the northern border, her northern border, to stop the flow. And now we're down to, I think I reported yesterday or Monday on the show, we had the lowest number in over 15 years of encounters across the whole border. They only encountered 200 from New Mexico to California. We were getting 11 to 15,000 a day some days under JoJo, weren't we?
This is incredible, and it's great news, because it is. The border is being fortified right now. You got Border Patrols back on the line, National Guard, Marines. Yep. In Texas, you got over 300 Texas DPS troopers that were deputized, also fortifying. They're not going to come through there. They're going to find ways to smuggle. And some of my contacts are telling me that, as a matter of fact, they're starting to see the old ways of the cartel come back, and the techniques in the ports of entry, in the back of vehicles. Yep. I don't know if you saw a recent video of a guy had a wig on with a bunch of fentanyl under his wig.
The Colombia guy. Yeah, Colombia busted him. It was either fentanyl or coke. I saw that one. And then there was a car the other day. They didn't even hide it well, trying to get through, I think, San Diego or somewhere. It was just in the back. Like, you guys are getting desperate. You used to hide it in like spare tires and separate second gas tanks in pickup trucks, right? Or up underneath in big rigs. It was like sitting in the back, wide open. I mean, they are getting desperate, going back and using their tunnels again. So they know. New sheriff in town, they're in trouble. I want to throw up a couple of headlines and get your take on them while we got you, Vic, before I lose you. Because this one just still boggles my mind. Did you know that 75% of Democrats in this country still believe that this border crisis by Biden and Harris was accidental? They don't think that they changed like 50 policies in the first week when they took over 4 years ago and allowed this to happen. They think it was accidental. This is scary stuff that people don't realize this, Vic.
That's why the messaging is so important by the Department of Homeland Security, Kristi Noem, and others, and myself, as we go out there and tell them the truth. How in the world do you still believe that? I don't know if this is funny or it's dangerous is what it is, because when you deny that is actually happening, you're actually then denying it all the way down to your community, where you're actually becoming victims at the hands of these people. Yeah. Whether it's the fentanyl, by the way, cocaine making a huge comeback. I'm hearing a lot of cocaine coming into
Cocaine and heroin. I know, 2 drugs you hadn't heard about for a while. They're shipping those like crazy now all of a sudden.
So by these people denying what's going on, it's keeping other people that do want to make the changes in their community, keeping them from doing that. But I see these groups joining and doxing ICE agents, and what the heck is going on? What side are you on? Are you on the side of the Americans and public safety, or are you on the side of the cartels and these left-wing nuts?
No kidding. Victor Avila, retired HSI and ICE agent as always. We appreciate your insight, brother, and your honesty. Thank you.